I'm not saying that they're true. I'm not saying that we know they're true. Yeah. I'm saying by all objective standards, they are credible.
What is the most compelling piece of, say, evidence in, let's say, the very first story that you would say, yeah, this makes it credible?
Well, it depends on which of the allegations you're talking about. The single most credible, the single most credible part of it all, in fact, it is now not just credible, but almost irrefutable, is that Roy Moore had a thing for, at least for older teens. There is no way with a straight face now to say that Roy Moore did not, was not attracted to, did not try to date, did not try to, hang out with, put the moves on older teenagers. And he did it repeatedly, and he basically admitted as much to Sean Hannity. And so you have the predicate right there that he at least was interested in girls of about that age, because you have so many different people saying that he was known to hang out at the malls. You have so many people whose stories at the mall completely support each other. You have mothers saying, in fact, several mothers saying that, yes, he either took out my daughter or he asked permission to take out my daughter, including a mother who said he specifically asked when my daughter was 16 years old. And I said, she's 16. Don't you think that's robbing the cradle? No, she can't go out with you. So, so either you have dozens and dozens of people lying, or else he at least had those proclivities. Now, set that aside. Does that mean that he did exactly with the 14-year-old what was alleged? That is not proven. And if it is, it would be disqualifying. But there are parts of the story with the 14-year-old that don't quite match his MO, his usual way of acting. But the 14-year-old story also has a lot of backup as well, contemporaneous friends that she told, et cetera, et cetera.
Including her mother.
Including her mother. So set aside the 14-year-old, which is credible. You asked what is the most credible. It's not just credible, but irrefutable that he hung out at the malls and at other places and asked out older teenagers for dates.
Okay, so there's also the argument that, look, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, the bottom line is that we can't have a liberal Democrat. And, I don't really care what the allegations are. We cannot have a liberal Democrat. And I think that's what Donald Trump's position is. And in a lot of Roy Moore supporters' positions. Am I correct?
Yeah, but I want to know how many people making that argument were willing to make the same argument in reverse for Bill Clinton. Almost every single one of the prominent people, not counting Trump, because Trump wasn't even a Republican at the time, but almost every one of the other, these prominent moral, religious leaders, whatever, they were saying that what Bill Clinton did with a 23-year-old, by the way, not with a 14-year-old, but what Bill Clinton did was absolutely disqualifying in and of itself for anybody holding public office, much less the President of the United States. And they said that moral abomination, they called it, meant that he should never be anywhere in office. Now, if they say that, they cannot turn around and say that Roy Moore's allegedly worse abomination can be overlooked because, well, he's a Republican and the other guy's not. That is the height of hypocrisy, and those people should go hang their heads in shame. They are despicable and disgusting. I'm on fire here. I'm just furious, and I'm not even sure that I believe the whole story of the 14-year-old. I'm just saying that if the allegations are credible, then people should be staying away from the people in high authority should be staying away while these stories are still being vetted. They should not jump in and support somebody who is credibly accused of these things unless and until we know that these allegations are bunk.